Hello there everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you very much for joining me today. Now we've just had July's community stream a little bit earlier than usual for Dissidia Final Fantasy Opera Omnia. Thank you very much once again to Josh and Kim for bringing us all the information as they do every month. There's lots, once again, to look forward to this month with some really powerful characters, and there's also a lot of resources to be gained as well with combinations of things from Dimension's End, things from a summon board. There's all sorts of stuff to gain. So if you're on a saving spree and you're waiting for August and the ever elusive burst and LD weapons to start coming out, then you can do it that way. But alternatively, there are a buttload of characters and really powerful things to look forward to this month as well. So honestly, we're spoiled for choice. So if you want to find out more about what's going on this month, or what characters are coming out, why they're good, why they're not, etc., then stay tuned and keep on watching. As always, guys, don't forget to check out all of the links for social media in the description box below, including Twitter, Twitch, Discord, and Patreon. For Twitch this week, I'm going to be making sure that I bring you guys anything to do with the story chapter that's coming up, and I will always post up my schedule every week so that you guys can come along and watch me play through anything Dissidia or Opera Omnia related. And I want to keep those view count up as high as I can because I'm this close to being a Twitch partner now, and it'd be really awesome to get all you guys' support with that. With Patreon as well, obviously, I shout out a single patron every time I make a video, and this time around it's going to be Lars DFFOO, who honestly has been absolutely wonderful this past month, and I'm ever so grateful to each and every person that comes along on my Patreon and supports this channel further. So thank you very much from the bottom of my heart. And of course, don't forget to check out all of the various websites associated with Opera Omnia. So that's Dissidia Info, Dissidia DB, and Tombury Troop, and of course all the other content creators besides me. Right, so first things first, let's go over all the stuff that we're going to be seeing come June 25th, which will be this Thursday. So the first thing that's going to be coming up is we're going to get character boards for a bunch of characters that we've already received in the recent weeks. So characters like Fujin, like Alphino, all these characters that we're going to see getting character boards and finalizing them, making them even stronger than they already are. If you've used characters like the Zack or Arciela or Kais that have had their character boards, then you'll know what to expect from this, and it actually does improve things quite significantly, so it's great to see this happen. But also, people can finally stop going on about the fact that there's a bug and that you can't click on the chests within the character boards, because you can now, and you'll see what there are in there, which are going to be voice lines for characters that you can use kind of like stickers, and you can use them within battle as long as you're using the characters themselves. So it's really nice to have just a little bit of extra interaction between everybody through just playing the game and through playing in co-ops and things like that. It's just nice to have a little bit of extra personality. We also get a bit of auto-play during cutscenes, which is nice for a lot of people. Doesn't really fuss me, but it's a nice addition nonetheless. Also on June 25th, we're going to be getting the new story chapter, which is Chapter 2, or Act 2, Chapter 9. And you can see here it features Ace, which is why he was probably posted on the preview thumbnail for the community stream, so maybe that would be why they've done that. But it's also the banner that will feature Cloud of Darkness and Kefka. Now, I'm going to do a separate video when it comes to should you pull for Cloud of Darkness and Kefka and things like that, but I think that while I think that both these characters are amazing, and like Cloud of Darkness does absurd damage as a magic damage dealer and has delay in her kit and all sorts of other things like that, and Kefka is a phenomenal debuffer, turns all of his buffs frame so it's harder for them to get rid of them. He's got HP silence, so alongside Arciela, your opponent's just never going to be able to attack, and it's actually quite hilarious. But you'll be surprised by some of the things that I might say come tomorrow's Should You Pull video, so do keep an eye out for that. Not only that, but we're also going to be getting more strata for the Abyss, which honestly is a lifesaver because normally more events means more ingots, more resources, more ways of gaining stuff, and honestly, I'm here for it. So maybe there'll be a banner that comes along with Abyss Normalis alongside Kefka and Cloud of Darkness, or maybe some of the restrictions that are put on these strata is more in line with Kefka, Cloud of Darkness, Ace, characters like that. So people that are already synergy for the story chapter may well work here, but it doesn't look like we're going to know exactly what to expect from this until that event actually happens. But suffice to say, honestly, more content is good, more ways of gaining resources is great, and I'm definitely here for it. Come June 29th, we're going to be seeing a lost chapter that will involve Aphmau and Lion, and Aphmau will finally get an EX weapon after going so long being like the 35 CP hero of the last era before EXs became mandatory, and then Lion also comes along, but honestly Aphmau is one that people are definitely going to want to keep an eye on when it comes to this particular banner. And then from July 6th we're also going to be getting Eald'narche's banner as well and his event, and it's going to be a really strong banner in general. Eald'narche has some really interesting qualities as a character. Like, he has something similar to Realm with the ability to sort of jump turns after an enemy takes their turn immediately, and also has a killer debuff where as long as they're targeting Eald'narche, whether it's him or everyone in your party, they just can't move, and it's really cool. But honestly, Garnet is where it's at. Like, everyone wants that costume, let's be real. Like, that costume is gorgeous. Not only that, but Garnet's EX becomes extremely powerful. Like, she's the Imperil Enchanter because she can do it for multiple elements. She's got healing in her kit. She's actually really good, and her animation gets an update. So anyone who's been following the JP version will see that Alexander comes out of Garnet's EX attack, and if anyone knows me or has been watching my streams for a long time, you will know that Alexander from Final Fantasy IX is my favourite anything in all of Final Fantasy. So Garnet's EX is one that I absolutely have to have. So from July the 1st all the way through the month, all the way till July 29th, or in the case of the Daily Token for August the 1st, because it's basically something that we're going to see every month from this point, is the ability to get that extra ingot, those extra tickets, things like that from the Daily Token foray. It's all going to be from the Summer Fiesta. So we're going to get loads of summer panel missions, more resources, more books, all good. Cycle quest rewards doubled, Cactuar appearance rate doubled, chance of triple rewards from a magic pot, which is all great, but the bit that's on this slide that I think everybody's going to care about is going to be those 8 free first multi-draws, and that's going to start with Eald'narche's banner all the way through to the rest of the month. So honestly, you couldn't have asked for a better time for this to happen, because I'm sure all of our resources are hurting after June, and therefore we're going to want to recuperate some of this stuff. So at least if you're going to have to pity one of these characters, at least it's going to be cheaper than it would have been if you didn't, because Lord knows I'm going to need the resources for them as long as I can keep them. But not only that, we're also getting a bunch of summer fiesta sales. God, that's a tongue twister and a half. Where we're going to be getting Kupo card minis returned. So that's going to be something where you can purchase them. You get some gems, and you get gems continuously for 7 days. I probably won't pick these up again like I used to before. Like before I took my break from doing content creation, I did used to buy these. I don't think I will nowadays. And then weapon enhancement chests, again, they're quite standard fare when it comes to, you know, anything sales related on Opera Omnia. But also, one thing that I think will be really nice for a lot of players, and I'm honestly waiting for the comments below to just explode and go, oh my god, she's back again, Aranea is going to come back on one of the banners that's featured during the summer incursion. Now, I also imagine that characters like Keita will appear here as well, so look forward to those as well. And obviously, with any banners that come up over the course of the week, I'll always be giving you guys should you pull videos and trying to give you guys some reasons as to whether you should or shouldn't pull for some of these characters. But with Aranea coming back, that's something that a lot of people have been wanting for a long while, perhaps newer players who missed her the first time around. There's a lot of players out there that really want her, so instead of like just pooping on her and all of that stuff, there's still reasons to have her. She's still pretty damn solid, if you ask me. Something that I know a lot of players have been looking forward to or talking about, certainly in my Discord and everything like that, is the idea that with Dimensions End 13, we're going to be getting rewards based on how many Dimensions End tiers we've cleared up until this point. And that is true. That's a straight up fact. As a matter of fact, what we get from clearing all the way up to DE13 is better than what we had in the JP version of the game. So as you can see here, from July 1st, which is like quite nice to get it as early as you do, if you finished all the way up to DE12, you'll get 4 books, 80 nuggets to make 4 ingots, and then an additional 9,500 gems, which is fantastic. If you haven't cleared any of the Dimensions End tiers, don't worry, because alongside all the Should You Pull videos, I know I've been planning it for a little while, but I kind of wanted to wait until this announcement was made so that I know for a fact that you know, people will want to clear everything up until that point. But I will be releasing videos that will tackle 3 Dimensions End tiers at a time to try and take you from 0 all the way up to DE13 so that you can get these rewards for yourself, because they are limited time up until the end of the month, so you want to be careful getting them. That also being said, DE13 will come out on July the 10th, which will give you an additional book, 20 nuggets, and 20,000 gems. So if you manage to finish all the way up to DE13, you're getting nearly 30k gems and a buttload of books and ingots. So you're really going to want to take this out as fast as you can, because it's going to really pay off in the end. And as it says here, they are melee resistant and they're immune to most debuffs, basically all the ones that Kefka inflicts, which is a bit of a pain in the butt. So you want to go take characters that are ranged or magic based. My plan personally is to take Kais, Fujin and Charlotta when she comes around, but there are plenty of other team compositions that you can use for this, and I will go over those obviously nearer the time, nearer July the 10th, so that we know what to expect from Dimensions End 13. On July 13th, we're going to be getting another massive insurgence of resources, and Lord knows we're going to need it, as I've said earlier, with Alexander. So a summon board is going to mean a ridiculous amount of gems, a ridiculous amount of tickets, loads of armor tokens, and it actually comes along with a banner that I'd argue is one of the strongest banners going, certainly for a long time, in Raijin and Saz. Now, both of these characters are phenomenal. Like, if you've seen what I say about Fujin and how much I've been singing her praises, Raijin is very much the same. Like, he provides support and auras and things like that, but instead of doing launches, he has on-demand paralysis. So some might argue that he's actually better than Fujin in a lot of ways. But obviously, Saz is not to be ignored either, with ridiculous auras and even more sort of like support capabilities on an offensive way. So you're not going to want to miss out on that banner. You also get Tidus's costume here, which it's not the most out there costume in the world. Like, it's very, very similar to the one he already has. Like, it's claimed that it's his FF10 outfit as opposed to his Dissidia Amano inspired outfit, but honestly, they're very, very similar. And from what I hear, Alexander's Chaos is actually very challenging, so I shall be sure to go over that when I do go over Raijin, Saz, and the other banners that feature the characters that are super synergy for Alexander nearer July 13th, so keep an eye out for that too. Starting to head towards the end of the month, we've got Charlotta and her Lost chapter coming along, and that's going to re-feature Rydia's EX, which is a character I know is extremely popular, but in comparison to characters like Garnet, Rydia does kind of get swept under the rug a little bit, but she does come with an animation rework as well. So if you're a big fan of FF4, Miss Dragon, things like that, then perhaps she's a character that you might want to pick up. Charlotta will get her realization as well. So, you know, while people who play JP at least have kind of commented and say that she doesn't get an awful lot out of her realization, she doesn't need to. She's one of these characters whose base kit is just so strong that her realization is just a bonus. So honestly, it's a character that I probably plan to at least put a book and some nuggets into, because I think she's really good. So she's definitely a character that might want to, you at least want to be looked at. And then the character in the shadows there is Trey, who is honestly an extremely powerful trap-based character who has debuffs that make it so that they are instantly broken whenever they take brave damage. His traps are really strong. If you don't use one of his skills the turn, the next turn it gets stronger. And he'll come along with Quistis as well, who finally gets her EX realization, and a nice rework as well to go along with it that makes it so that she's just a lot more streamlined. She does a lot more damage. She's got more offensive based auras, things like that. She's actually still very strong after she gets her EX realization. But from this point onwards, like, you're gonna want to start being careful with your resources, things like that, because we've got the big guns coming in August with Burst and LD and everything like that. So you're gonna want to be careful with resources. Even from this point on, while you're watching this video, there are a lot of very powerful characters here, don't get me wrong, but now is the time where we're kind of at the tail end of the EX era altogether, and we're going to be getting new tiered weapons not long after all of this has gone on. And obviously there are surprises here, there, and everywhere, so don't obviously go wasting resources if you don't have to be. So that is going to be everything that we can expect from the month of July when it comes to Dissidia Final Fantasy Opera Omnia. Honestly, like, it's tentative, of course, but there's 6 characters I'm kind of aiming for when it comes to this month, which will be probably Aphmau, Saz, Raijin, Garnet, Eald'narche, and Trey. I mean, they're all really good, and I know that pulling for 6 characters in a month is pretty hopeful, especially when we've got these big surprises, or, well, they're not really surprises because everyone knows about Burst and LD era at this point, but I know that's a risky thing to do, but there are, like, you could make some trims here and there, and if you've already got a team planned for DE13, then you're not as needing to pull as much as some people. But let me know in the comments below who you plan to pull for this month, what you're looking forward to, what events you want to do, who you're taking to DE13 if you've already decided what you're going to do with that. Of course, don't forget to like the video, share it out, subscribe to the channel, and click that bell for notifications. And of course, don't forget to tune into the next video, which will be a should you pull, or it will be some Dimensions End footage. There's lots of stuff to look forward to from this channel as well as Dissidia itself. So thanks very much again, everybody, and I'll see you guys soon. Take care.